Mike. Nothing like a hot mic and some winning. Woo! We got the crew in here. Well, we got two out of the three Musketeers. My boy Teddy Brooks is doing it live from his office. And TK and I are here live at the one and only Podcast Junkies in Boca, where this great show, Get the Edge, is being sponsored by the one and only Podcast Junkies Studios in Boca Raton, Florida. My man, Ben Castro, running the show on the keyboard for us. Ben, we appreciate the sponsorship, and we look forward to doing business for a long time with Podcast Junkies. All right. Anyways, we are here. I'm Scott Matthews. I'm jacked up. I am at a different level because there's a lot of winning going around the SM Pick sports world, and I know there's a lot of winning going on with my boys that I bring in here, and I'm going to start it off. We got Teddy Brooks on the sidelines. We got my man TK in-house. Here he is, the one and only CEO, Tommy King.
Yeah, what's up, Scott? We didn't even coordinate today. We got both white shirts on here today, if you noticed.
Yeah, looking.
Got both Robert Graham white shirts on here.
We're shining.
Hey, man, it was a great weekend. The national championship on Monday, a hell of a game. I'm sure we're going to talk about that in a little bit.
Yep.
But overall, it was a decent weekend on my VIP package. Private, little shaky, back and forth. But getting ready to rumble. College basketball in full swing right now.
Yep.
So I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, nobody's more ready to go for college basketball than yours truly, and I think Teddy is a big man on when it comes to the college hoops as well. I'm going to bring him in right now. He's at his office live, the one and only CEO of the Sports Prophets. I call him TB. You guys got to call him Mr. Teddy Brooks. What's up?
What's up, guys?
Looking good, Teddy.
Fired up, man. Thank you. Yeah, that national championship game was a doozy. Guys, I actually did something crazy. I didn't give this out because I don't really believe in giving out parlays, but I played a little parlay myself on that. I had the over, I had Miami, and then I had the first half under, and I parlayed all three of them together.
Wow. Teddy Brooks sweeping the board on the championship game?
But yeah. Swept the board. I that was probably the first parlay I've played in 6 months.
Right.
But I wanted to have something a little extra fun for the game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, games like that. There's a zillion things, propositions out there you could play. I don't know if T got involved with any props on the game, but I'll ask him in a second. So many different props, so many variations. Obviously, I'm old school. I went one way and one way only. I banged Miami. I bought the line up to 9.5. I only laid 125, believe it or not. It was very interesting. It seemed like there was so much money into the Indiana side that even buying 2 points from 7.5 to 9.5, I only had a late 125 price. I grabbed it all day long, and I thought that game would be closer than a lot of people expected, and so it worked out great for me. And moving on, ending the college football season with a nice big winner. What was your thoughts on the game, T, as far as the game itself? It was a pretty damn good game, I got to say.
Yeah, it was a great game. I thought I was going to get the cover there when they went up by 10, when he went on 4th down and 4, whatever. Nice little run, jumped in there. It was a great running play. Skydived into the end zone. I thought maybe I'd come in and get a late cover in this game. Fortunately, I had Indiana in that game, but it was a wild game.
I'm surprised I didn't hear you screaming from where you were to my house when they were roughing that quarterback Mendoza up, hitting him with those shots. I figured you'd be saying game fix, game fix, game fix. They didn't call any
I had to keep
penalty.
quiet, man. There was only one other Indiana guy in the place watching the game with me. I was about 200 Canes fan there. I had to keep quiet in there.
That's true.
Bite my lip in that one, but great game for Indiana. Great to see Mendoza. Miami boy, grew up right down from the stadium. His mother and dad were at the game. Rooting him on. His mom, she's got the MS. She was in a wheelchair in the game.
Terrible.
A little fight at the end of that game, I guess. With what's his name?
Bain.
Got a little fight.
But Miami with somebody. Yeah, he was getting a little crazy.
What about Carson Beck, man? He didn't even shake Mendoza's hands. He just walked right out of there. Plus a little disrespect for him. A lot of people said that as well. Yeah. He could at least acknowledge, the win. He's the one that threw the interception. I think that's 3 national championships Miami's lost in the end on an interception going back.
Well, I'll tell you, give them a lot of credit. They came back that game. Teddy, I don't know your thoughts, but when it was 10-0 in the first half of that game, it looked like it was just going to be a one-sided runaway freight train for Indiana, the way they were playing and the way Miami was not able to execute. So you got to give a lot of credit, whatever Miami did at halftime. They came out a different team in that second half. You agree?
I agree, but I also disagree because I think Miami all year has been a second half team. If you bet Miami first half unders all year, you would have made very good money. So that's why I like that first half under. And no, I thought Miami was going to come back and keep it close.
Yep.
Their defense was doing the job. I think they were shaking Mendoza up a little bit. I think it was good for Mendoza to get banged up that way. He hadn't been attacked like that all year. So I think that was a nice send off to the NFL for him because he's going to be getting a lot of that in the NFL. So he's got to get used to it.
What'd you think of the targeting, though, the Miami players, the defense was doing on Mendoza, and they didn't call one penalty? I mean, the guy had a busted-up lip in the second play of the game, basically. Guy went right at him, helmet to helmet, right, helmet to chin strap. I can't believe they overlooked that. And there was just a few plays where they went really after this guy, late hits, and no calls were made at all. It's kind of like, don't blow the whistle.
That referee, he's a Big 12 referee, the head referee in that game. And I was watching a video about him before the game started, and he is known. Him and his crew are known to let them play. I do think the one where they made his lip bleed, they probably could have called that one. And, like I said, I knew that this game would come down to discipline. That 14-play drive in the first half, where Indiana scored that touchdown, 2 penalties on that drive.
That drive, by the way, not to stop you from what you were going to just say, but that one drive had more plays for Indiana than Miami had, I think, in the first half of the game.
Right, and that drive had 2 major penalties that got them into the end zone. And I think if it weren't for that drive, we could have seen a Miami win. So I think at the end of the day, it was the lack of discipline from Miami, even though they didn't get called on everything. I think it was their lack of discipline that caused the loss, I think, at the end of the day.
So let me ask
Carson Beck, it is what it is. I mean, he had a
adequate quarterback,
play at the end.
Not great, not at a level of Mendoza. Mendoza just seems like a lot more smarter quarterback. Beck, stand up in the pocket. You saw him standing around. Then when he got some, obviously receivers open, he was making some noise. But for the most part, that defense of Indiana was just closing the walls down on him, made him look adequate, if not inadequate at best. Especially in the first half. Obviously came out different animal a little bit when you had the running game going. That opens up that passing game. But let me ask you a question, because I thought you liked Indiana originally. Did you jump off it at the end and go with Miami?
So, a big sign for me, Scotty, you know, that line went to the 8.5, 9 area pretty early.
Mm-hmm.
And if you looked, all the money was on Indiana, 80%, 85%, depending on which sports book you looked at.
Right.
And then that line came back to 7.5. And guys that are watching this, when you see a line move up early like that from 7 to 8.5, 9, and you see 80% of the money's on one team, and then you see that line come back to 7.5 or 7, that's a telltale sign to roll with that dog. So that was my final decision maker in rolling with that dog, rolling with Miami. Plus, listen, I think the same for you, Scotty. I think you were on Miami every playoff game before this one, right?
Yes,
so was I.
Yep.
So was I. So I figured, let me stay with the girl that I took to the dance, right?
There you go.
And they covered 4 games in a row. They didn't win.
You know what they call that, Teddy? They call that loyalty. Staying with the girl you brought to the dance. You don't leave her hanging.
So that was my decision. It was a mixture of that line movement and the loyalty to, hey, this team's covering. This team has been disrespected by the odds makers every single game in the playoffs, and that was my decision maker.
Where does Carson Beck go now?
Carson Beck's going to be a way down the line pick, I think. I don't. What round do you think he's going to go in? 3rd, 4th? I don't even know. Well, he's not going to be in the first round. He's not going to be probably in the second round. I got to think he's going 3rd round or deeper.
Well, Miami lost. They got a lot of guys going to the transfer portal as well.
They got some good defensive players. Miami. And
you got that quarterback from Duke right now. They got a lawsuit going against him to transfer that Mensah. That's who Miami wanted to get.
Yeah.
So who knows what's going to come on.
I'll tell you whose draft stock really rised in that game. Not that he wasn't already looking, like a high draft pick.
Who, Bain?
But Ruben Bain,
yeah,
that guy, I think is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets took him at number 2.
What was the deal though when the game ended? He got pissed off at somebody. You saw.
So his father passed away. I'm not sure what the circumstances were, but that player supposedly
said something,
made some comments about his father, and that's why he did that. Because if you look at, after that happened, he went up and gave Mendoza a hug.
Yeah,
and he gave Mendoza his respect.
Right.
So I don't think he's a disrespectful guy. I think someone said something about his dead father, and if that is the case, then the guy deserved to get smacked in the face or punched in the face, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was pretty.
We had some Raider fans at that game too, man. You saw Tom Brady and Davis there, man. They're looking at their
ownership of the team.
They're looking at their stuff over there, man. They're looking at their first-round draft pick, maybe.
He's the guy.
Mendoza.
Yeah, I'm looking at some projections here, Scotty. They're not projecting. They're definitely not projecting Beck to go in the first round. I can tell you that.
No, I say he's going. I say he's going to go a lot further down than a lot of people can imagine.
Does he really need to go to the NFL?
Yeah, he's going to go.
On most, the average position he is showing is 99th, which would be
third round.
Late, early.
Actually, fourth round.
Late, fourth or fifth round pick.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think he's going further down the charts than a lot of people think. Mendoza's a shoo-in, I think, for number 1, unless I just don't picture anyone now jumping him. Just his class level, the way he executed, the way he plays the game, his intelligence, and so forth and so on. There's so many variables that are positive bringing a young guy like that into your team, into your clubhouse, your locker room, whatever you want to call it. So I think he's going to be overall number 1 pick. I don't think anyone's going to outjump him unless it's a last-second situation. Unless they made a trade. The Raiders, did some type of a trade, and they put Mendoza on the line because they're getting a superstar, maybe. TK was telling me, I don't know.
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, he was saying there's a rumor out. And again, him and with his rumors, I don't know where they come from.
What's the rumor?
Lamar Jackson might go
with the Raiders.
To the Raiders.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Bain. It was Fletcher.
Fletcher's coming back to Miami next year too. He's going to return to the team next year.
There you go.
Pretty cool story with his mom. His mom's afraid of flying. She drives to every single game, so she's driving all over the country to see him play when he's on the road. And obviously, in Miami, she doesn't have to drive. But yeah.
All right. Well, I think we're done with college football because college football is done. So there's nothing more. 16-0. Congratulations to the Hoosiers. First time ever a team went 16-0. This is one of the worst college programs ever, and now they're the number 1 talk team out there right now. And favorite to win it again next year. T told me Ohio State and I believe Indiana are 7-1 favorites to come back and win the national champion, the Natty, next year. So
real quick, Scotty. One of my clients, one of my private clients, sent me a text yesterday morning, and he wanted me to use this line in the podcast. He said, and he texted me at 7:30 in the morning and said, "This throws the whole college football industrial complex into disarray."
What's that?
Indiana doing what they did.
Oh, it's amazing.
So do you think that this systematically changes college football forever? Because a team in college football, couldn't do this before the NIL.
I guess you got to build. I guess you got to go with the times in front of you. I mean, there's a lot of different things going on, a lot of moving parts, obviously, out there in the world of college sports. But just the job alone from the coaching, think about what this guy has done in 2 years for this program, how they've turned it around amazingly.
Yes,
just
27 and 27-1 in the last 2 years. They went 11-1 last year.
Eddie, I don't know if we can call it college football anymore. They just might as well call it semi-pro football, man. You got guys that haven't even gone to class in how many years?
Carson Beck, he doesn't even go to school in Miami.
Go to school. He graduated from Georgia.
$6 million
he got all that money.
Play football. He's not a student at Miami.
He was. Yeah. Then you got the girl Abella on the big screen, man, the big talk too. Well, we're done with college football. We'll get ready to roll.
All right, guys, we are down. All right, this is the time of the show that I like to say. Grab your pens and paper. We're not going to have a lot of selections today, but we're going to have hopefully some good ones between the NFL. We're down to the final 4 teams left. 2 great matchups. Number 1 seed, number 2 seeds in both leagues. They deserve to be there, and they are there. You got the number 2 seed, New England, traveling on the road, 4.5-point favorite, playing against Denver without Bo Nix. Unfortunate what happened to Bo Nix. Two plays, I guess, was it into the overtime?
It was on a kneel. It was on the kneel.
On the kneel down? Or that was the play before the kneel down?
No, it was on the kneel down, which is really
freaky. And that shouldn't even happen. There was a hold in the end zone. It should have been the safety to end the game, but stuff happens out there.
Give me a safety to end the game.
I was holding the ball. They had a holding in the end zone. They said it should have been called. It would have been the safety to end the game.
Oh, before you went to overtime.
Before that even happened.
Yeah, I would have loved it. I would have won. I had 2.5 on that game. That was a brutal game.
You should have won on that one because it was definitely holding. They reviewed it back after the game was over and said it was 100% holding in the end zone. Should have been a safety.
Well, we got 2 great matchups.
And then you're saying the Broncos would have won by 2?
Won by 2.
And then, Scott, you would have covered your Bills plus 2.5?
There you go.
Oh, could you imagine? That would have been, wow. That would have been a story you'd be telling for years.
TK would have been breaking the windows.
All right, Denver money line.
He would have said the referees fixed every game forever. NFL, every game is fixed.
Really matter. Had a good weekend of football, 3-1 overall.
There you go. All right, let's get back on track here, guys. We're jumping last week, this week, going backwards and forwards. Let's focus on this week. We got 2 great matchups. As I said, number 2 seed in all of the AFC, New England, against the number 1 seed in all of the AFC in Denver. But there's a little problem here. The main piece of the puzzle, Bo Nix is not. We have Jarrett Stidham is quarterbacking for Denver. They got New England at 4.5-point favorite. Total is 42.5 on this game. I don't know if you guys are putting these out as a private selection or you're going to put it out on the show. I'm going to start with TK right next to me here. T, are you doing anything on this game?
You know what, Screw? I'm going to give everything out in the show this week, man. It's a light card here. I know it's a playoff games. My players that are paying for it will get it as well. But this New England-Denver game right now, like you said, the line is 4.5, 42.5. I'm still going to take Denver in this one. I'm going to take the 4.5. You can buy it at the 5, give it on the even number. Denver's still just 2 out, 14-1 their last 15 straight up, 9-1 their last 10 straight up at home. They're 4-1 their last 5 against the spread as a dog. I know that Bo Nix was involved in a lot of stuff, but I think that offensive line and I think that defense can hold it up. New England wins this game to win by a field goal, but Denver could shock them here on Sunday. That's the early game. I'm going to take Denver. I'm going to take the points.
What are you rating it?
With Denver.
What are you rating it?
3 units right now.
3 units. All right. The one and only TB, Teddy Brooks. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, that's a big line movement, and it's understandable. But what we have to ask ourselves is, how did the Broncos get here? And I think they got here with defense, but their defense hasn't really looked incredible the last couple weeks. So they got here with their defense, but now their defense looks suspect. So if their defense was looking like it was when they were in their best form in the middle of the season, when their defense was just playing like I think the number 2 or number 3 defense in the league.
Yep.
I would lean and take those 5.5 points and buy it maybe up to a touchdown. But in this one, I have to kind of same thing with the Hurricanes. I've been riding New England a lot this year. As I said on the show last week, they were my favorite pick. I know Zach Smacks is in the chat. I know he needs Denver to win this game to hit his big to try to hit his big Super Bowl future bet, but I can't go against New
Come on,
England
Teddy,
here.
spit it out.
No, I'm gonna take my time on this one because there's only a couple games, and this is a conference championship game.
All right.
But I just think Drake May gets better and better, and they pretty much manhandled. They made the Texans look like not a playoff team when the Texans had a very good finish to the year. So I'm going with New England. I'm not going to touch it. I think they win by a field goal. I'm going to leave it at 5.5. Is it still at 5.5?
4.5, 5. It depends in certain spots.
The money line is
4.5. I'm showing right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that's blowing my mind right now. This game's 4.5, but they got a money line of minus 250. New England on a 4.5, so they're really giving a lot of respect to New England just on that money line. Usually on a 4.5, it's nowhere close to 250. You know, it might be 190 or 200, but
like I said, New England win the game by a field goal.
Guys, I don't think this game is even going to be close. I got to be honest with you. I've been telling you all year. I'm the only one that said it the whole entire year. I thought the Patriots were going to be huge this year. I thought they had potential to get to the playoffs. Didn't think they'd get this far. You made a comment like, what about this Denver? What about New England? No one expected them to be at this point as well. So I think both these teams, nobody expected them to be where they're at. They both had great seasons. They both relied on their defenses and their offenses at times. I think overall right now, the offense in New England will be better than Denver's because this guy has not even been in a live action since 2023. You're going to put a guy that hasn't been in live action 2023 in a game this big against the defense that's been stout, top-of-the-line defense like New England. Even with Drake May doing what he's doing, which hasn't been the greatest the last couple of games, they're still winning and covering the point spreads. I think New England wins this game easily. I think they're just the class of the AFC when it comes down to it. And I told guys a long time ago, many weeks ago, when they started rolling, I expected them to get to the Super Bowl. I don't know if they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I love New England. I think they blow this team out. I don't even think this game's going to be that close. I think they win big.
I agree, Scotty. And also, me and you both said we were tired of hearing about this schedule thing because this is not college football. This is the NFL.
Oh, they're still talking about it, yeah.
They're still talking about it.
How weak a schedule they played.
Exactly.
But you know what? It's the NFL, and you're winning all these games, and you keep rolling and rolling. So, you know, you could say whatever you want. It's not easy to go 14-3 in the NFL and win a bunch of games the way they've done it and dominated. Whatever you want to call it. If you're going to call them not superior teams, not as good as whatever the rest of the league is, I don't know. Who's to say? You know, anyone could show up. There's an old expression, we all know it. Any given Sunday, anybody could show up and beat anybody.
There's a great Al Pacino movie with that name. I love that movie.
There you go.
Are you guys fans of that movie?
I've watched it several different times. Yeah. Of course.
It's a great movie.
Any given Sunday, T, what's your thoughts?
That was a great movie, man. Great movie. A lot of scenes filmed out of Miami in that game.
I just think it's all about New England. I think it's about Mike Vrabel, what his job he's done, Josh McDaniels. I mean, Josh McDaniels was a big component of this quarterback, Stidham, I think.
Yeah. Hey, he's been working out, man. He's been playing flag football here for the last 3 weeks.
Who?
The quarterback for Denver, man. He's been throwing the ball around.
What ball?
Now, one thing that I will say about these games.
Flag football.
One thing that I will say about both of these games is you have two very experienced Super Bowl winning head coaches in Sean Payton and Sean McVay, the Seans, against two great coaches, but not really head coach experience. Both of them are only in their first and second year of head coaching in Mike Vrabel and Mike
Vrabel
McDonald.
Coached for Tennessee for a while.
He coached for Tennessee for a year.
Took him to the playoffs,
right?
No, I think he was there about 4 or 5 years.
Was he really?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, but he wasn't in a Super Bowl. The other two coaches, the two Seans, have Super Bowl rings.
When was Sean Payton in the Super Bowl, though? 15 years ago.
Well, I will say this:
a lot has changed in 15 years.
I think I was not. It might have been more.
McVay has been in there more recently because the Rams won the Super Bowl. Was it about 4 years ago? 4 years?
Yeah, I think Peyton was almost like 18 or 19 years ago.
Yeah, I
think it was like 2007.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Well, whoever you got this Rams Seahawks game, whoever wins this game is a Super Bowl winner, in my opinion. They'll be at least a 6-point favorite over either of these teams in the AFC. I think Rams Seahawks winner is definitely the Super Bowl winner. That's my opinion there, and they'll be at least a 5-6 point favorite plus for the Super Bowl.
This game is very interesting. The Rams and the Seahawks. This line has been slowly coming down. It opened at 3.5. I've seen 3s. Now I'm seeing 2.5s. A lot of money is going into the Rams on the road playing against the Seahawks. I think that losing their running back really could affect the Seahawks on that ground game. Going to put a lot more pressure, obviously, on Sam Darnold in the passing game. And, sometimes he's made some mistakes against this Rams defense. If you remember, I think he threw 4 picks and one of the games, and still covered. Believe it or not, I think the final score was 21-19, and they had 4 interceptions in that game. So he is known for making mistakes against a team like the Rams and the Rams type of defense. But Teddy, are you doing anything on this game?
This is a tough one because Seattle has looked, better in their playoff game. The Rams had a couple tough fights. They went late with the Panthers, and then, which I think the Panthers are not a good team at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously they went to overtime against the Bears. I think it was a little bit of a miraculous overtime with that throw that Caleb made. That throw, we didn't even talk about that. That throw was incredible.
Crazy.
That brought them to overtime.
Yeah. I thought he was running to the other end zone, and he was going to throw it the whole length of the field. He started on the drive, like on the 12 or 15-yard line, that 4th down play, and then he ended up backing up to the 40-yard line when he threw the ball. It was like he went backwards 25 yards, and crazy play.
Incredible display of arm strength, incredible display of accuracy there.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, this is a game where you got to look at both teams, and it's like the Rams, I think, are being a little bit disrespected. But what did you say the line moved to? Because my
I got 2.5 and 47. It was 3.
I don't think they're being disrespected.
Yeah, look at this, man.
At all.
The Rams almost lost to the Bears. You want to talk about a strong arm? How about that throw for the Bears to tie that game up and send it to overtime?
That's what we were just talking
about. That was a hell of a throw.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. Caleb Williams backing up on that 4th down. It was 4th and 4.
4th and 4.
And
19 seconds, 18 seconds.
I needed it, man. I needed every yard. I had the Bears in that game, plus 5. I bought it up to 5, so I needed every inch, and I got it. Thank God. And when it was overtime, and it became a field goal. I don't think they're getting disrespected at all. I think the line right now is showing you that this game is pretty much what it should have been. A game opened around 3.5. Home field advantage in a game like this. Seattle, the number 1 seed. I don't know. The line's
I guess. I mean, these two teams met twice, and one team, the Seahawks, won by a point in one game on a comeback, big comeback.
Yep.
And then I remember that game. That was
a
crazy game.
They won by 2 points in the first meet. I think it was 21-19, and that's when Sam Darnold threw 4 interceptions in that game.
So the Seahawks won by 1 point in one meeting. The Rams won by 2 points in the other meeting.
Yep.
So it's kind of like, hey, what do we got here?
Trilogy.
I mean, if I'm getting a field goal and a hook, I'm taking the field goal and the hook. So I would take the dog here with the field goal and the hook. I do think that Seattle could, definitely find a way to win the game. One other talking point I want to get at is, once again, sometimes I'm wrong with this, like I was with the Bills last week, but I'm always leaning with the better quarterback. And Matthew Stafford is proven a little bit more than Darnold is.
All right. Excellent. Good points. I'm going to give you guys another teaser. I gave it out last week. I gave you a teaser, Buffalo, plus the points to New England. Teddy didn't like the idea. I was jumping one side to the other, but I loved it because I thought New England was the right side, so I grabbed the 3.5 extra with the teaser. I'm going to do the same thing this week. I'm going to take hold on one second. Sorry, my screen just went up.
You're teasing through the 0 again.
Doesn't matter. Win.
It worked out. No, it worked out.
Remember one thing, Teddy. Google me. I win. All right. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm going to take this line. I'm going to take 7 points, or whatever the spread is on New England. Right now, I'd be getting plus 2.5. I think New England's going to win the game, so whatever gift I get, extra points, is fine for me. I'm going to take New England. I'm going to take it to the Rams. I'm going to take the Rams plus 10 or 9.5, depending on where that line closes out, because it's going to stay in that neighborhood, definitely around 2.5 to 3 or 3.5. So I'm going to say plus 10 with the Rams and a 2-team teaser with New England plus 2.5 at this point. If it drops a little more, then I can get plus 3 on New England. If not, just, whatever you can get it at, get the best numbers to get plus 2.5 for New England and plus 10 for the Rams. That's it. 2.7-point teaser. 2-team 7-point teaser. Do you like that or no?
I don't play teasers, don't play parlays, but I tell you what I will do in this game. Like Scott said, this game, the Rams-Seahawks, Seahawks are 2.5 and 47. I'm going to jump on Seattle, man. I'm going to take Seattle 10-3 their last 13 against the spread, 5-1 their last 6 against the spread versus NFC West. They're at home in this one. I'm going to take Seattle. I'll lay the 2.5 points. I could play the money line if I wanted, but I'll still lay the 2.5. I think Seattle Seahawks take care of business here on Sunday late. After they win this game, they go to the Super Bowl 2 weeks later, and they beat whoever they're playing in the AFC. Like I said, my boy Ethan out in Las Vegas, he's a big Seattle fan. Seattle, Super Bowl winners. They win this game and cover on Sunday, win and cover a Super Bowl 2 weeks from now on Sunday.
I don't know.
There you go.
That. I think you're blowing your horn too fast there, TK.
I ain't blowing my horn. I'm coming with the
I don't even know if they're going to get through this week. How do you like that? I think the Rams could beat them.
TK just gave out a future, boys. Write it down.
What's the future?
Seattle was win the Super Bowl.
Seattle to win the Super Bowl.
Sorry there, Zach.
What's the line on that right now?
I would have to look, but
it's nothing.
Whoever wins this game, whether it be the Rams or Seattle, which I hope it is the Seattle, they win and cover this one, is the Super Bowl winner. You know, the NFC is much better than the AFC, especially these two teams are, and then New England and Denver, probably the two worst teams that could be in the AFC, in my opinion.
Why?
Why are they the
New
worst
England,
teams? Like I said, they had a soft schedule all year. Denver's the same. But
ridiculous.
Don't do that soft schedule stuff. That's amateur.
I think Seattle's definitely the better team out of the four teams in here. They get the win. They win the Super Bowl. Whoever wins the NFC wins the Super Bowl.
That's ridiculous. That's a dumb comment, I think.
Whoever wins this game is going to beat New England or Denver. Much stronger. The NFC is much better.
Well, Bo Nix is out, so it don't matter, right? He's going to be out.
Now watch Denver win the Super Bowl with another backup quarterback.
Yeah, there you go. Well, like Coles did with the Eagles.
And what's his name? Warren. What's his name? A long while back, man. A lot of back.
Who, Warren Cunningham?
No. Warren Moon? No.
Warren Moon. First St. Louis.
Randall Cunningham.
Oh, Kurt Warner.
Oh, yeah, but that was a little bit different because he played the whole season.
Yeah.
But here's my take, T. I don't disagree that I think that the NFC definitely looks stronger right now going into these playoffs, but you can't take away from what New England's doing just because of their schedule. And if the Broncos did win it all, Sean Payton would go down in history. I mean, he would get crowned.
Crowned as what?
No Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah.
Has gone to a second team and won the Super Bowl with that team. It's never happened. So Sean Payton, with his situation right
Don't worry, Teddy. Teddy, you're in good hands. It's not going to happen.
Teddy, you know what I'll be watching?
Don't worry.
You know I'll be watching on Super Bowl Sunday? College basketball.
There'll be no history written on that game, trust me. Because New England's going to go in there and do what they do best, and if they show up with an A game, their A game's better than Denver's. And that's all.
I'm just saying he has a chance to make history.
Of course.
Like I said, I'll be watching college basketball, or I'll take the day off and go fishing, man. Because either way, it's a shitty Super Bowl, from my opinion.
All right, that's it. I think we touched base on the NFL. We gave out a lot. I gave you a teaser. I like New England. If I'm playing New England, by the way, I'm going to buy that line down to 2.5 on the straight bet. I'm going to lay the heavier juice, but I play it on the teaser, 7-point teaser, New England plus 9.5. Plus 2.5 or 3, and put it with the Rams plus 10 and the 7-point teaser. That's how I'd play that as far as that goes. And I like the Rams. I'd go to 3.5 on a straight bet. So I'm giving you all the angles that I feel on both games, teaser and 2 straight bets. New England minus 2.5 and the Rams plus 3.5. Boom.
Couple props I'm looking at. I'm looking at some Stidham unders here. The Seattle defense is tough, and I think they could just absolutely shut him down.
What are you talking about? Seattle's not playing Stidham.
I'm sorry, the New England defense.
I
think they could shut him down big time. So I'm looking at some of his unders, under 192 passing yards, under 19 completions. Very interesting. And then another guy I'm looking at is Butte. I think we've seen that Drake May loves Butte. Drake May loves booty.
Yeah,
that sounds funny.
He likes Diggs too.
Yeah.
Ben got a kick out of that one, huh?
But Booty seems to be his guy lately. I mean, I'm almost looking at a little plus EV on plus 265 Kayshon Boutte anytime touchdown. I'm looking at his
Are you giving these out, Teddy, though? I mean,
I'm just telling people what to look at. Look at his props and consider betting them.
Yeah, no, I was just asking if you had given the people out the play to play them. That's all.
I'd probably do a defensive touchdown in the New England-Denver game.
How was the weather, by the way, to set up to be in that game? Is it going to be the same weather conditions? It's too early yet, actually.
Too early.
Yeah, it's too early.
Too early to tell. And we always talk about this, guys, but sometimes we say things on this show and then we change our minds after. So a perfect example of that is I definitely leaned towards a Rams blowout last week. And then as I did some further research, as I sat down with my team and talked about it, we made a decision to make our play on winnable the Bears +4, which obviously they covered that. So, just because we say something on the show and we talk about it all the time, it's not the final answer. You got to let the information come in, let the numbers come in. Same thing with that Miami game. So sometimes when it comes down to game time, the decisions change.
All right. Excellent. Well, that's why you got to watch and see what's going on. You got to check out injuries that could occur during the week before these games. You never know. Weather conditions play a big role in it. Line movements play a big role on it. There's a lot of variables that go on to the work that we do here. I'm speaking for myself, but I'm sure these guys do the same, same stuff I'm doing, obviously, as far as checking things out and all different angles to try to get that winning edge for all our players out there. All right, that's it for the NFL, guys. We got a lot of basketball going on, Teddy. I don't know if you've been I guess you're jumping in full throttle with NBA and in college baskets, but we got a pretty damn good-sized board of games going tonight. I think we should touch base if you guys got anything you're looking at. I'm going to start with the NBA. If any of you guys right now, I'm seeing about 8 games, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8 games on tap tonight. I don't know if anything's on your mind. T, I'll start with you. Are you looking at anything tonight you want to give out on the show?
I'm not going to give it on the show, but I do got 2 plays going on my VIP. I'll talk about that when we close out the show. But I got some going to college basketball when you get to it.
All right, no problem. Teddy, anything you're looking at tonight in the NBA you'd want to give out to the audience?
I am. So as you guys know, my NBA has been more voluminous this year than in the past. I've actually been dabbling in the NBA, and I've been pretty successful with it. Mm-hmm. I like the Thunder tonight against the Bucks. I'm going with the TK style on this game, and I'm looking at some trends. Obviously, we know the Thunder are best team right now in the NBA. So some people might say, it's no brainer, but it's -9. Milwaukee Bucks 1-5 against
11.5, Teddy.
Well, it's moved. When I set this up, it was -9. But couple things, and I would move this thing to 10. Couple things. Milwaukee 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games at home. 1-4 against their spread their last 5 against a Western Conference opponent. And OKC has been hot 3-1 against the spread in the last 4. So that's something to look at here. So I'm on OKC in this game.
Strong play, light play. How you rating it?
I would say a 3-star out of 5.
Okay.
And also look at that line movement's pretty significant because I set this up. I wrote this little write-up I have last night for this game. So obviously the line's moved about 2 points since I wrote this. So
I don't think the Bucks have covered a game in January at home.
That's what I'm saying. They have been cold.
What happened to Giannis, man? The great Giannis. I think the Heat. Teddy, didn't you say that the Giannis they were trying to get him?
They were trying to get Pat Riley. He screwed up a couple of trades. Jay Morant. He screwed up a couple of things.
That poor Giannis. He's letting his career just go down. He won a championship with the Bucks. I get it, but since then, man, they're just going like straight downhill. I don't know. The poor guy, you should get a break, and hopefully they can move him to a team that has a shot and give him at least.
He said he doesn't want to.
He wants to stay with the Bucks?
He said he wants to stay.
Isn't his brother coming, or does his brother?
His brother.
I don't know.
His brother's the bench warmer.
Yeah.
He's like the cheerleader, but he's good. He's good emotional support to the team. All right, so that's your play tonight, Teddy. 3-star play on the best team in the NBA, OKC Thunder. -11.5. You're saying you want it down to 10.
I would, yeah. I put it in at 9 last night when I got the early line. I was doing my preparation for this show late last night. I saw the line at 9.
Okay.
I took it, and it's moved, but gotta keep with it.
Hey, but speaking about the NBA, man, what's going to go on with Jimmy Butler, man? Is he going to retire next year after this ACL?
No.
Does he keep playing?
He's going to keep playing. All right, let me tell you what I got going on tonight, guys, because my stuff's been doing some really, really sensational winning. I've been tracking this team probably the last 2 weeks or so. I've used them a handful of times, and I've done really well with them. And I see them starting to play a little bit better level of basketball, and I think against their opponent tonight they can show up and match up extremely well. I'm loving the Hornets tonight, the Charlotte Hornets, as a live dog at home. I'm going to buy the line of 4.5. I'm going to go 2 points, lay the 140 juice, and I like Charlotte Hornets at home. They've been playing really well. Just came off a nice road trip. Yeah, they got beat up by Golden State, but their last game they came out, they won easily. They played well on the road. They scored a lot of points. I see them starting to put together a little bit of a little positive flow right now. And I don't like this Cleveland team, especially with Garland out of the lineup. When Garland's out, I think it affects them. Yeah, they could score points. When these two teams played each other last time, I think they scored a ton of points. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a lot of fireworks. I'm not going to touch the total because the total's like 237. But I like Charlotte at home tonight. I'd buy it to 4.5. I think they can cover and win this game. Boom! Jump on the Hornets. That's it. That's my NBA play of the day. Anything else you guys want to talk about? College basketball?
I got college basketball tonight.
Okay. I'm here. I'm ready for you.
Yeah,
you want to fire away, help the people out, let's do it.
I'll fire it away, man. This Notre Dame, North Carolina game. Let's see. Is this on ESPN The Deuce here tonight? North Carolina right now, the line they've opened at 11. It's up at 14. I'm going to take Notre Dame. I'm going to take the 14 points in this one. North Carolina just 1-4 their last 5 against the spread. Notre Dame, man, they're great on the road. 5-1 their last 6 against the spread on the road. And guys, I give out a lot of trends. That's for the videos and whatnot. That's not really the reason I'm using the game. I use my power ratings here. I got North Carolina winning this game by like 7 points here tonight. This is a game I'd say take the points. You probably don't need them, but you're definitely going to need the points against North Carolina.
You keep saying
tonight.
that all the time.
Yeah, but this one,
needed the points.
In this one, you're going to need the points here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take
that
it.
About the Bears, too.
I took the points with the Bears. We needed it. We got lucky in that game. But I'll take the 14 against North Carolina. I think North Carolina wins this game by 7 to 10 points here this evening. Notre Dame gets the cover for me in the college hoops here tonight on ESPN too. I watched the ESPN Ocho the other night too, man. I watched some weird stuff on the ESPN Ocho the other night.
Oh yeah, what were you watching?
I was watching. They were doing what are those people? Auctioneers doing auction calls. They had
okay.
Guys, those guys.
Yeah. What were they auctioning?
They were just auctioning off random stuff, and it was the auction of Wisconsin or something.
How about this Nebraska, guys? I want to just get your opinions. Undefeated, Nebraska in college basketball ranked 7th in the nation. One of only 3 teams left that are undefeated. Did Miami, Ohio win last night? I think they did. They're still
Arizona's undefeated.
In Arizona. Those are the only 3 left.
Someone made a joke. I saw someone make a joke that Nebraska and Indiana switch places because Nebraska is known for being a football school, and they're doing really well in basketball, and Indiana is known for a basketball school doing really well in football.
Yeah, that's true. Funny.
One thing, guys, I do have a pick in college basketball, but I wanted to give the audience something here to take home with them. This is where I say grab your pens and paper for sure. I want to go over the top 10 teams that are covering the spread right now. I'll move through them really quickly, but some of these are schools that I'm sure a lot of you guys have never made a bet on in your life. And some of these teams I've been riding heavily. One of them is my free play that I'm going to give out here today. Number 1, Mercer, 14-2 against the spread. Number 2, Stephen F. Austin, 14-3 against the spread. Number 3, Sam Houston State, 12-3 against the spread. Portland State, number 4, 10-2. Miami of Ohio, number 5, 13-4 against the spread. FAU right here in Boca, 13-4 against the spread. Number 6, number 7, Eastern Michigan. Number 8, Tulsa. Number 9, William and Mary. And number 10, Iowa. These are the teams right now that are crushing the spread. I've been making a ton of money on Stephen F. Austin. I've been betting them a lot the last few weeks. But tonight my pick is Sam Houston. They're 12-3 against the spread. They're going up against the Kennesaw State team that's significantly weaker than them in all categories. Sam Houston ranks 18th in 2-point percentage and field goal percentage. Kennesaw State ranks 46th in field goal defense. And Sam Houston is also a very, very good 3-point shooting team. So as long as they hit their percentages, I think Sam Houston covers the 5.5 easily tonight. So Sam Houston minus 5.5. That's a little bonus college basketball plays free for you guys.
Teddy
I'm
Brooks.
only giving it away on this show.
Teddy Brooks giving it away, ladies and gentlemen. Grab it while you can because you should be paying for that stuff with Teddy. So he's being in a good mood today. One other free play I'm going to give out tonight. I like Temple on the money line tonight in college basketball. I thought they played pretty well in their last game. They've been showing up to play. They play a pretty tight defense, and if their offense shows up, which I think they can in this matchup tonight, I'm going to play the money line on this game They're playing Rice. I think they can definitely handle a team like Rice. They got them 1.5 on the road. I'm just going to money line the play. It's short odds, on the money line. So I like Temple money line against Rice tonight. I would rate this game 3 on a scale of 1 to 5. So that's it. Again, Charlotte plus 4.5. Buy it up to 4.5, guys. I like to alternate the spreads. Everyone says, why? Because I like to get the edge on these games more so than everyone else. If I really like a game and I really think the number can be adjusted to make it even that much stronger, I'm going to win at probably a good percentage of these games, which I have been doing for the last several months. So it's been working out even with the extra juice flow. Everyone says, why do it? Why do it? Because I've cashed a lot of tickets doing it over the last several months. So I'm going to keep riding what's working. So I'm going to take this line up to 4.5 with Charlotte, and I'm going to play the money line with Temple. That's all I got in baskets tonight, guys.
That's all I got. Notre Dame. Another one's going off of my VIP here tonight. So
Teddy, you coming back next week?
Yeah, no, I'll be back. I had some technical difficulties that I had to handle in the office.
Okay.
How's the turtle, man? You keep a turtle warm?
Yep, I've been bringing him in and out, I've been bringing him in and out. He was in Saturday. I brought him, so he was in whenever it was cold. I think I brought him in Friday. I put him back out Saturday. I let him sleep outside Saturday night. Then Sunday, I brought him in. He had to sleep inside Sunday night. And then I brought him back out yesterday during the day, and he's back out now. Now, a week from tomorrow, I'll have to bring him because it's going to drop back in the 40s again.
Teddy, I got about 3-4 foot long iguanas frozen from the other night. Can I bring them over? You can thaw them out a little bit for me.
I can take care of them for you.
They were frozen on the tree, Teddy. I didn't know what to do. I was going.
Did they fall out?
No, they didn't fall out. I think they woke back up though because I don't see them there.
They thaw out.
They thaw.
It's really incredible. See, the tortoises.
Isn't it nuts? That they can freeze up. Why can't a human do that? Freeze up, and then all of a sudden, 2 days later, you're back alive again.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, my tortoise would die.
You like that, Ben?
If it got to that temperature, his organs would shut down and he would die. I don't know how the iguanas do it.
I don't know. I see some like hanging from a tree, and then 2 days later, where the hell are they? They're gone. They're like
they warm back up.
They warm back up, and they're boom all over.
Pretty cool system they have.
They got some. Yeah, I got to get that system. I think TK, we got to figure out how to come up with that system, the iguana system. But anyways, guys, I really appreciate you being on here today with me. The one and only Ben Castro's running our show here at Podcast Junkie Studios, the best place in town in Boca to come get your podcast. Guys, you should hook up with Ben. He's the man. He knows what the hell he's doing. And we only want to hang out with people that know what the hell they're doing at the end of the day. Right, T?
Yeah, you got to check out Ben, too, man. He's jamming on the drums in the back. There's going some hardcore stuff. I actually like the music. I actually listened to it.
Wow.
It was a really good video, Ben. I must, for me to compliment music like that, I mean,
you got Ben,
I'm a country.
You got Ben all blushing over here.
Where can they watch your video at, Ben?
That's one of our bands. It's called RAS. And they got a great, we do a great tropical punk show. So
I didn't recognize your hair in the video, but
I know I looked a little hardcore there, didn't I?
Yeah,
well, you wear suits. You wear suits in the studio, Ben. So it's a very different look for you. I was watching that video also. I saw you posted on Instagram. That was pretty cool. But yeah, man, I love the studio. There's so many studios out there. They're popping up left and right because everyone wants to do podcasts now. But
I think if we keep pumping Ben like this, we might get an extra 5 minutes a week out of this. he might let us run like an hour and 5 without cutting us off.
Well, we'll need that for football season. I don't know if we need it this time of year, but for football season, we'll need it.
All right. Well, listen.
Thanks, guys.
No problem. Anytime for you, Ben. All right. Teddy, where can the people find you? Because you got more content than anybody I know in this business out there. You got some good stuff going on each and every day. So let the people have an opportunity in seeing it, touching it, feeling it, and being a part of it. Where can they find you on social media?
Yeah, so I've been actually slacking on my content the last couple weeks, but we're going to crank it back up here soon. You can go to my IG. It really is the center point of everything. And the one thing that sucks is I wish everyone had Instagram. Some people don't like Instagram, so that they don't have it, and you really miss out. But if you do have Instagram, go to @the_profits_pick, no S after pick. You're gonna see a blue check mark. Make sure you see that blue check mark. Stay away from any page that looks like ours without the blue check mark. We're gonna post like even this podcast that we're doing right now, I posted the link there to watch it. So anything that I'm doing is going to get posted there. It's the best place to go.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen. We miss you, Teddy. We feel you, but we miss you. We'll catch you back here next week on the show. All right. Here he is. What more can I say? The man, the plan, CEO of TK Wins, Tommy the Hitman King. Where can the people find you? Because you got a lot of great stuff you're doing. And T and I every day. Guys, follow us on Instagram every day, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. T and I break it all down, and we give you what we feel to be the best selections each and every day. What's up, T?
Yeah, I'm the same over there as Teddy, man. The best place to find me is Instagram. If you go right there, check for the blue check mark too, at TK Wins. I got to put a lot of content up there daily. Plus, we both got broadcast channels too. Got to put up a lot of specials on our broadcast channel. So if you follow us on Instagram, join my broadcast channel as well. Put a lot of good content up in there. But that's the best place, man. Instagram, TK Wins.
I got to say one more thing.
Oh, boy.
I get a lot of people that sign up. As soon as you sign up with my company, when you put in your name and phone number into our database, you immediately get a text message that says reply yes, and we'll send you our free pick channel. People reply yes. We text them our free winnable channel, absolutely a free channel. You don't have to put a credit card in or anything.
All right.
And then they'll message us and say, where's the free pick? The free pick is in the channel that we just sent you. So I don't know what's wrong.
I get that a lot too.
70% of people out there, you're great. We love you. But there's 20 to 30% of the population that it really makes me worried for the future of our world, of how unalert people are. You're getting the link with the free pick channel. It's not just a free pick for today. It's a free pick for every day for the rest of time.
All right, Teddy.
So click the link and join the channel if you want the free picks.
The great Teddy Brooks, ladies and gentlemen. No one says it any clearer and right to the point than Teddy Brooks. That's why we love him. All right, guys, if you like winning, you like me. That's all. I'll just keep it plain and simple, because I have been ass-kicking games, whether it's high roller selections, whether it's my VIP, whether it's free picks. You're following me on Winnable, you're making some money. And I've got games tonight that you should be taking advantage of. And you can follow me on my social media, obviously, on Instagram, which is right there on the screen. You see that beautiful, right on that blue and white, SM Sports Picks is my Instagram channel. But you should be following me on my Winnable channel, because we have been on fire. And you guys know it's real. I'm not telling you stuff after the fact. I'm not posting stuff that's days later. I'm showing you the stuff beforehand. You know, I'm not going to win them all, but we've been very, very consistent for a long period of time. And tonight, I actually have a high roller selection going once again that you could purchase. It's on the game between Liberty and Western Kentucky. And I also have another 20-unit VIP selection going on Winnable between San Diego State and Grand Canyon. Love these plays tonight. So if you want to get in on it, all you have to do is just go in my stories, click the link below, and you could purchase them and save yourself some good money. Again, we appreciate you being with us each and every week. We'll be back next week. Hold on. I got to ask Mr. Castro. Are we on at 12 or 2 next week, sir? On Wednesday? Just so the audience, we can tell them.
The audience, we will be on 2 o'clock on next Wednesday. Then change will be starting in the month of February.
Okay, perfect. So,
and it'll be, if I'm not mistaken, just to be clear, ending in the month of February also. So basically February will be moving to 12 and then back to 2 after that?
Yep, that is correct.
Okay, just so you guys know, 12 o'clock Eastern for the whole month of February, and then we'll be back at 2 o'clock after that.
All right, Teddy, you did a good job. All right, so I don't have to say any more. Like I said, we'll be back next Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This is the one and only Get the Edge Sports Podcast. You can find us on all podcast forums, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Just put in the search Get the Edge Sports Podcast. The show pops up. Tell your friends, your neighbors, whatever you want about us. We're here to try to give you some great winning selections. Have a great day, everyone. And I got one more thing to say. Let's go. Woo. Boom. Let's do it, baby.